This episode is brought to you by SimpliSafe.
So are we supposed to start the podcast?
1, 2, 3. Oh, I just knew going in that was going to be good.
I did hear.
Some more criticism of my clapping?
No. The duct tape.
It's packing tape. I had a little boob issue this morning, so I had to have Madison tape me up in addition to my bra.
So she has packing tape.
So if you hear this, that's my packing tape.
She has packing tape on the dragons, guys.
I didn't have any boob tape.
This is what a real star does, though. You modify.
You modify.
You modify.
I mean, I had 2 Band-Aids over the nipples because you could see them, so I double Band-Aided. Then it still was like they were at my knees. The dragons were sagging. So I had to come up with some packing tape here at Welch D.
How industrious.
It was so
industrious. That's very MacGyver.
We'll just wait until I try to get all this shit off.
Oh, yeah.
That might not be good.
That's right. Well, pumps, what have you had it with?
Oh my gosh. I just can't even wait to tell you what my hat it is.
Okay.
So I have a dear friend that came over for dinner last night, and she was telling me that she has a summer intern.
Okay.
Who's Gen Z, which I know we love Gen Z, but this is kind of a nervousy. So she told me that she wanted her to go run this errand, and it would probably take her like 5 or 10 minutes over what she's supposed to work.
Okay.
And the girl looked at her to her face and said, "I can't do that. It's a self-care boundary." And she's like, self-care boundary at work? Like, I couldn't believe it. I go, "What did you say?" And she goes, "I couldn't say anything." I was so stunned. This is the same intern that thought maybe she had an assistant as an intern. 22.
Wait, thought she had an assistant.
Yeah, the intern thought she was going to have an assistant this summer.
The intern thought she would have an intern.
Correct. And had a self-care boundary.
What was the task?
To go look for some chairs to put in the front office place or something. It wasn't like go, lift 500-pound boxes and stay until midnight.
It wasn't like go park outside of IHOP and see if my husband walks out with his mistress, which that could be a self-care boundary.
I'd agree. I would agree with that self-care
look,
boundary.
Bitch, I am not jumping in your toxic shit.
Or when the babysitter, when I said, "I need to take your car for some recon."
Right.
That would have been a boundary.
The babysitter then could have said, "Listen, I don't want to be a part of this sinking battleship." But if you're an intern.
Right.
And you're trying to, build your resume and your boss tells you might have to work 5 to 10 minutes extra and you pull out a boundary, this goes to boundary abuse.
She also told me that the 3 Gen Zs in her office, or in her place of work, cry like at least once or twice a week. Between the 3 of them, somebody's crying every day at work.
That kind of makes me sad because I think this generation grew up with cell phones.
Right.
And that was a bigger companion for them than interpersonal relationships sometimes. Like they text each other, they Snapchat each other, and then you get thrown into the real world and you have to have interpersonal relationship skills.
And you don't know how.
And they don't have them and it's not their fault.
Well, I also think, and we know I'm guilty of this, but I also think it's that everything has been made so easy for you your entire life and everybody's shoves rainbows and lollipops up your ass all day. So when you go to a real place of work and they're like, "This is the shit that needs to be done. I don't give a shit if you're here till, 6 hours past your end of day work."
Right.
You've got to get it done. There's no coping mechanism. They don't know how to face anything but I'm the best. I'm the prettiest. I'm the smartest. Mommy's so proud of me. All that shit. So, I think it is a very big disadvantage for these kids.
Well, I think they also grew up in, like the Instagram world and Snapchat world and a world of filters. And so it would make sense to me because this is the first generation that grew up with the phone as their companion their entire life or some sort of device. It would make sense to me that we're seeing tons of anxiety from this because when we were younger, we had to talk on the phone or we had to go walk to our friend's house if they
Right.
weren't answering their phone and ring the doorbell. And it makes sense to me that anxiety, depression, and a lot of issues that you have when you're a young adult, social media and the filter world would exacerbate. And so
Agree.
I don't think this is just happening in a vacuum at your friend's place of
Oh,
employment.
of course not.
I think this generation in general, you're seeing higher anxiety rates, higher rates of depression. And I did it too. Like, it was easier sometimes when we went out to eat, when my kids were really young, so they wouldn't be a nuisance in the restaurant, to put a device in front of them.
Absolutely.
And I don't know that that was the best choice that I made. I think it would have been
Right.
better if they weren't old enough to go out to eat than say, okay, we're going to eat at home, but we're going to put all of our devices away and talk. And so I see what everybody's saying, but I have 2 Gen Z kids, and I do see that there is a level of anxiety, not just with my children, but with their friends as well, that I don't know that we had. And I don't know that everybody knows how to navigate that. Most of all, them.
100%. I completely agree with that.
It is Gen X's that raised Gen Z. It's our fault because we didn't know what the fuck to do with these phones. We used them as babysitters.
100%.
We used all of these electronic devices to substitute for us not having to get on the floor and do puzzles and stuff with them.
Right.
And I'm guilty of that. I'm just saying I think it's a collective problem how to parent in the postmodern smartphone world, because my kids are now 17 and 20. And there are times I wish I could go back and be like, everybody give me your phones and let's sit down, and like we do when we go on vacation for Thanksgiving, we take everybody's phone away and we sit down and talk. But I mean, within 10 to 15 minutes, somebody's begging for a phone to take a selfie.
That's the problem.
Right.
But that's okay. So I appreciate all that. But the whole point is somebody at 22 told their boss they couldn't do something because of their self-care boundary.
That's bullshit.
I mean,
That's total
unbelievable.
bullshit. That person is not going to make it into the world. And that's piggybacking on, like, boundaries are healthy and real, but you not being able to work an extra 5 to 10 minutes doing a non-toxic, non-fucked up task like going to look for chairs is bullshit. And that's total bullshit. But I wanted to defend kids that have anxiety because I've read a lot about it, and I think it's happening to a huge generation. And I think the problem of it is their main companion, their entire life has not been another human being. It's been a device.
I don't think anybody can argue the phones have not created more anxiety in youngsters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just youngsters. That sounds like a fucking 150-year-old person.
Youngsters.
Oh my
Young
God.
bucks. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to tell you what I've had it with.
Okay.
It's tooth wrong.
Okay.
It has to do with parking.
Love a good parking habit.
2 egregious parking habits. Number 1 is the person that steals your parking spot.
Right.
You're locked and loaded.
Right.
You're waiting. You have your blinker on.
That's key.
You've been there 4 to 5 minutes.
Right.
The person backs out, and then you kind of have to wait for them to back in front of your car. And while you do that, somebody comes from the other way and just turns right in.
Right.
That's total bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's parking thievery.
Yes.
Had it with that. But here is probably the creme de la creme of parking issues. And it is the parking where you are at a mall or a busy shopping center, and parking at the very back is just not an option because there are no spots.
Right.
And the cars you're going up and down every aisle. And then finally you find some shoppers with bags in their hands and you're stalking them as they walk to their car.
Yes.
And they know you're stalking them. And they get in their car, they put their bags in, and then they get in their car, and then they sit on their phone for 10 minutes.
There's nothing I hate more than that. Get in your car, back up, move on. That's fucking ridiculous. Nobody needs to take
Agree.
8 to 10 minutes
Agree.
to get situated in their car. It's just not that hard.
Agree.
I cannot stand people that do that. That's the worst.
It is the absolute worst, especially around holiday season. You're shopping, and the last thing you really want to do is go to a mall.
The last.
Much less spend 30 to 45 minutes. But when this happens to me, I am super cognizant that I need to get
I am too.
out of the parking space immediately so that this person can get in.
Right. It's an efficiency issue.
But I find more times than not, it's like it's a power trip for the person that has the space.
You think they're holding to? See, I just think it's a lack of self-awareness more than a choice to say fuck you.
But like, there's eye contact that's made. Like, hey, are you leaving? And they're like, yeah. And then they get in their car and it's, 5-7 minutes go by.
Yeah, I know, but I still think it's a lack of self-awareness.
I don't know.
It's awful.
I don't
is
know
what
what
it
it
is.
is. I think that it's like a power trip or something. I mean,
Maybe
don't know.
once they get in their car, like I wish there could be a sign that comes up that starts a countdown. Like you have 45 seconds, 44, somewhere.
See, this is one of those issues where we need some sort of referee.
Right.
A parking
the
lot,
social referee.
a parking lot referee.
Yes.
With a whistle to be like,
Get
doing
it out.
their arm, like, get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I think.
No, I agree with that.
Welcome to I've Had It. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Angie.
We like to call her Pumps. Kylie, what is going on social media?
I've got a really great review for you.
Okay.
5 stars.
Okay.
Pumps is so hot. She makes me think things. But when our dear Jennifer Welch begins to laugh or giggle, my heart begins to beat.
Oh.
She is so sensual when she laughs. I begin to pray that in another life, I will be Josh Welch.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
The grass might not be greener.
Not be greener. And I'm not saying that about your marriage. I'm just saying being in his head would be a lot of work.
Thanks, ladies. Keeping my penis young.
How nice was that?
That is really, really nice.
really nice.
Really nice. And it's like, I don't think I laugh as much as you. So I'm glad that that's noticed. And a sexy laugher, I don't think I've ever been told that in my entire life.
A
Sensual.
A sensual laugher.
I think that's even better.
I do
Isn't
too.
it?
That's hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's a first, but I'll take it.
I mean, of course we'll take it.
No argument here. Richard,
Yes,
Welcome
ma'am.
back.
It feels good to be back.
Listener, as you know, you probably haven't heard from Richard the last few episodes. He's been in Hawaii. Richard, how was your trip?
It was amazing. It was amazing. But there's one I've had it that happened out there.
Let's hear it.
let's
I was
hear
just
it.
like, I'm so done with these type of people. So like my wife itinerarized everything. And her itinerary is mainly just like activities if you don't know what to do out here.
Right.
And we went with a couple people. And I've had it with the group that is just like clinging on to your pockets. Not financially, but just clinging on wanting to do every single thing that you do.
Yes.
And then they get mad on the days that you're like tired. Cause we did a lot of hiking and there were some days I was like, I'm just going to chill today. What? We're not doing nothing? Dude, go do something.
You're like, plan your own outing.
Get off my nipple.
Well, we're glad you're back, Richard.
I'm glad to be back, ladies.
Pumps, listener, I am so much happier and I sleep so much better at night ever since we have partnered you up with the folks over at SimpliSafe, knowing that your house is secure and sound and that the star of our show is safe at all times literally makes the world sleep better.
I have to say, I really have enjoyed having SimpliSafe. I do feel safer and I feel really comfortable with the system.
How could you not with the 24/7 live guard protection that is made possible by the new Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera and is available with the Fast Protect monitoring plan? Listener, if you would like to beef up your security right now, I've Had It listeners get a special 20% off any SimpliSafe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. This huge offer is for a limited time only, so visit simplisafe.com/hadit. That's simplisafe.com/hadit. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Pumps, we're so busy with this podcast. And you being the star of the show, it's important that your hair always look fantastic. And I'm so glad that we have discovered Kitsch with its cult-like following, satin pillowcases, caps, and eye masks, great for your hair and skin while you sleep. So you can work on your beauty while you sleep.
And I will take all the help I can get. And the silk pillowcases are fabulous for eyelash extensions.
Fabulous. And the rice water shampoo bars, which can improve your overall hair growth and density, most reviewers say they will never use bottle shampoo again. Right now, Kitsch is offering you 30% off your entire order at mykitsch.com/hadit. That's right, 30% off anything and everything at MyKitsch, kitsch.com/hadit. One more time, mykitsch.com/hadit for 30% off your order. Pumps, with summer here, our skin's been taking a beating. It is the perfect time to take your body care routine to the next level, especially when you're traveling.
Osea is the best. They have the best oils, scrubs, and lotions. My skin just glows.
I'm telling you, you should try the body care set at a reduced price. The set has a value of $78, but right now you can get it for only $52. That's 33% in savings. And when you use our exclusive code, you'll get an additional 10% off, saving even more. I absolutely love their product. It's clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and climate neutral certified. So you don't have to have any guilt when using this to make your skin look fantastic. This summer, take your glow to go with clean vegan skincare and body care from Osea. Right now, we have a special discount just for our listeners. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code HADIT at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to OseaMalibu.com and be sure to use the code HADIT for your 10% off. All right, so we have a fantastic guest today. He is a Peloton Superstar and the author of XOXO, Cody. Let's welcome to I've Had It, Cody Rigsby. Cody Rigsby, welcome to I've Had It. How are you?
I'm well. How are y'all?
We're great. Thanks for the y'all shout out.
I just felt like y'all were y'all people.
We are y'all people.
We are y'all people. Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes, you two remind me so much of my godmothers growing up, Glenda and Brenda. Glenda and Brenda were from Tennessee. Y'all look just like it just reminds me so much. Brenda always had frozen white grapes in her white wine. I feel like maybe y'all would align with me on that. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
So disappointing because we don't drink.
Yeah.
So many people ask us stuff, but we don't.
I used to. I mean, we had a great run.
We had a great run, but
I support that. You can still put some frozen grapes into some Martinelli sparkling grape juice. That sounds tasty.
Yes.
I do love a frozen grape.
I do love a frozen grape too. Okay, so I was telling our listener before we brought you on, you are a Peloton Superstar. Tell me about this. So like Peloton is the bike that somebody has in their home, and then a screen comes on and you have an instructor. And so when you teach your classes, you're teaching online classes, online exercise classes.
Yeah. So, I just celebrated 9 years of Peloton. So it's been a wild journey. It is the quote unquote Netflix of fitness. However you want to work out, come on down and we'll get you together. And so, yeah, I've been a part of this community and thing for 9 years, and it's completely like changed my life around. And because I started off as a backup dancer here in New York City and found really like my purpose and my thing as a fitness instructor.
Well, I have to say, I'm not objectifying you, but when you did stand up and you were like moving your camera around, I could tell that you're rocking.
Okay.
I was like, wow, he does do Peloton.
You have my consent to object.
And we have that on tape. Huh?
Right. Yes, we do.
Yes.
There you go.
But all of this has been fun and positive. And we need to make a 180-degree turn right now, Cody.
Absolutely.
And we need to get on brand and we need to shit talk. So tell us what you've had it with.
Oh, wow. We're already jumping into
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Can I do 2 or am I only limited to 1?
You can do
many
10
as you want.
Oh, okay. Well, my first one I've had it with people who wear the wrong undergarments with fitness apparel. Okay. Like
totally
I don't
agree.
need to see your panty lines. Like who dressed you? Your mother? Like what is going on? Like if you're going to wear tights, either wear no underwear or a thong that is going to work for you.
That's what I think. I do bar every day, and there are ladies in there with their underwear on, with their tights, and I'm just like, why are you wearing underwear? Like that. This is the time not to wear underwear.
Thank you. Like, what is going on? And I was at the gym the other day and I saw a girl wearing like an off-white biker short and I could see her black thong through it. I was like, Mama, Are we not in alignment that the material is going to be opaque and I'm going to see your underwear? I'd rather see your camel toe than see this underwear, to be honest. What's going on? And listen, this is not a sexist conversation. I'm also going to call out the faggots that are listening, if there are any on the podcast. Your jock strap is showing through your tights, sweetheart. So like fix the underwear too. Like put on a thong as well, or not at all. But that's a lot shown in the front for some.
No, I agree. I mean, I think that you need to prepare your workout attire, especially if you're going to a class or out in public, and you need to prepare it to look at. I cannot stand seeing these panty lines with people that are wearing leggings. It drives me crazy.
The worst.
And while we're on this, I think there's something, we've talked about this before, but I think you're the perfect person to drag this dead horse out and beat it again. And this is exercise clothes fraud. This is athleisure fraud. These are people that dress for the day as though they're going to the gym, and they never go. Ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's epidemic.
They want to be a part of the lifestyle of the clothing, but they don't want to live the lifestyle, is what you're saying.
That's right. It's fraud.
It is a little fraudulent. Wow. Living here in New York, I don't think we get as much of that. Like there's not the ladies in the athleisures going to the Panera Bread and then the Target and then heading on back home.
Really?
No, I feel like most New Yorkers are either stopping at the gym or we're wearing something cool. I love a good combination of both. I like a good like streetwear mixed into the athletic wear, so it looks cool and it's comfortable. Like I'm so fortunate that I work in fitness, so that's kind of where I land. Like I've got my like workout clothes, but I'll throw a shirt over it and make it look like, hip, as the girls would say. But yeah, like if you're gonna put it on, like work it out or find something else comfortable to wear. But like, wait. Would we rather have the fraudulent athleisure people, or do you want them running around in like pajamas to be comfortable? Because like that's also just sloppy and a mess.
I'm going with the faux worker outers over the PJ.
You prefer that?
I would prefer that because at least it's in their mind at some point. They may have thought, I have a good idea. I'm going to exercise today.
Thank you.
And maybe they never take it over the finish line, but there was a preparation and a good thought and then a procrastination. But the pajama people that wear pajamas all day, that's a bridge too far for me.
Thank you. I agree. Also, people that wear pajamas look like they're going to fight you at any moment. It just reminds me. It reminds me of the rowdy girl in middle school that was really ready to knuck and buck if you said the wrong thing.
And you know what I think about the exercise fraud clothes? Like, what if y'all saw me, Pumps and I were in Brooklyn, and I had on medical scrubs, okay? And we met up. And
there's a lot of fraud in that.
And you said, hey, so are you working in the hospital now? And, no.
No, I am just comfortable. Mm-mm. And if anybody needs a swab of any sort, I'm ready to go. If anybody needs a swab, I've got my gloves ready to go,
It's interesting though. I do notice like at activities, people that I know are not practicing medicine or dentistry in some way show up in their scrubs. I'm like, oh my God, they're trying to make everybody think they're a doctor.
What? This really happens?
Yes.
Scrub fraud?
Yes, scrub fraud. I just now thought when you said that, I was like, oh my God, the scrub abuse is parading around like you're a doctor.
You see this?
Yes.
I was just using it as an example as to how ridiculous the faux exercisers are. But you're saying there is scrub attire fraud, people wearing scrubs that do not work in any form of healthcare industry.
Maybe they work in some form, but I know they're not a doctor or a dentist or anything
a
like
nurse?
that. No.
Physical therapist?
No.
Because I have friends that are physical therapists and they wear scrubs.
Right. But I'm just saying like they're not working in a hospital or any kind of medical.
It's fraud.
Yeah.
This is wardrobe fraud.
You notice it more with divorce.
Says, is there a doctor on the plane?
Because what do you say?
You're going to the wrong person. And everyone's looking at you and I'm like, sorry, I just put on these scrubs because I wanted people to think
I was a doctor. I noticed it more with divorced people too. Like you get a divorce, you're out there cruising around, you put on your scrubs like you have a bunch of money. I have seen that.
That is a bait and switch.
It really is.
That
It's
is
kind of brilliant when you think about it.
That is
it's
a bait
diabolical.
and switch. It's totally a diabolical bait and switch.
I've seen it with my own eyes. I have personal knowledge.
Really?
Yes.
I was just using that as an example as to how
It just reminded
ridiculous
me.
it would be. Pumps, there's no question the Skims thing is totally creating the next generation of underwear for every single body.
Agree. I love it. The bras, you don't even know you have them on.
I love the racerback bralette, and I ordered it in sand, so it's like a nude color. I'm telling you, it's like I don't have a bra on. It totally hides all the straps if I'm wearing a tank top. It's so comfortable. It's like liberating. I absolutely love their products. The Fits Everybody collection of underwear is super lightweight and molds to your body. The buttery soft fabric stretches to twice its size without ever losing its shape, meaning you get a perfect fit every time. Everything is available in sizes XXS to 4X. Believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 five-star reviews for a reason. SKIMS Fits Everybody, and more best-selling essentials are available now at skims.com. Plus, get free shipping on orders over $75. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey, and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Pumps, when I would think about you in the past and I would think about your gut and your bowel movements, I always just thought high-speed train wreck.
Yeah, and you are not wrong.
Now, when I think about you, I think about your gut, I think this woman is a beacon of gut health.
Absolutely. Pooping regularly, no bloating, feeling great. The psychobiotic has been amazing. I feel calmer, happier. Can be happier with the whole thing.
What I love about this product is they have probiotics for dogs.
Yes.
Which are my biological children.
Right. My dog loves it.
And the Frenchies are on the probiotic and they are thriving, pardon the pun, just thrive. Listener, if you're ready to take control of constipation, bloat, and stress and live your healthiest life yet, you can get 20% off your first 90-day bottle of Just Calm and Just Thrive probiotic today. Visit justthrivehealth.com and use promo code HADIT. Okay, Cody, we're going to play a game with you called Had It or Hit It. Oh my God. Welcome to Had It or Hit It. I would hit it. Had it. I hit it every day, sometimes twice a day. Okay. Had it or hit it on the job training with sexual partners. So what I'm talking about is you get a sexual partner and they don't know how to do sex well.
On the job training with sexual partners. Oh, you know what? I think I wrote a little bit about in my book.
You did, which is amazing.
Which we
I
read.
laughed out loud
so
1,000 times. It's hilarious.
Thank you. And I think my answer went something like this. So I'm going to say hit it because maybe the investment is worth a good sexual partner and you're going to get a lot of practices / orgasms. And if they fail, you can just kick them to the curb as quick as soon as you need to.
I like it. I like that attitude.
You're like, hey, you don't know how to eat pussy. Here's mine. Go. And you're like, okay, they might get it. And listen, how amazing would it be for you to create a person that knows how to cunnilingus very well, and then you send them on to the next partner, and you're like, you see them out together, you're like, yeah, that's all
that.
me. That's me. That's me. Okay.
Walk up to her. You're really happy
You
now,
walk by.
huh?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Had it or hit it, bridezillas.
Had it. Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, I don't understand. Like, I think I also say this in the book. Also, like, is your wedding day like something you want to check off and is all about you, or is it actually about like professing your love, having a connection, being with people? Like, it's okay if shit goes wrong on your wedding day. Like, just chill the fuck out.
Okay, so when I was reading this, I told Jennifer, I was like, I read the passage to her where somebody asks, and then what your response was, because it was fabulous. And I said, I think I'm the checker off the boxer person. Like I wasn't a bridezilla. I was just like, okay, I've got to get married. This is what I have to do. I mean, I was walking down the aisle going, this could go either way. So you can
Yeah.
imagine how it did go, not well. But I mean, I was more excited about like how many bridesmaids are going to have, what color their dresses. Like, didn't give a shit about the marriage, which should have been a red flag.
I'm assuming that one didn't work out.
It did not, as a matter of
Okay.
fact.
All right.
It crashed and burned
right.
in
That's okay.
spectacular,
Spectacular
unbelievable fashion. I was there with
for
her
all of it.
when the whole thing happened. And I remember at some point when the whole thing started falling apart, I asked her, I said, so like when y'all were engaged, did you not see any of this? She goes, oh no, I did. I had just already committed to, being engaged. So I had to move forward. I invited 500 people to the wedding.
No,
Also,
it was bad. It was bad.
After this podcast, listener, you might want to stay on for a pump seminar on how to get married.
Yes. How to pick a husband with pumps.
There we go.
No, I agree with you on the Bridezilla. I think that sometimes people taking things too seriously
Yes.
is so detrimental. Like taking, that you're a bride and that everything's supposed to be perfect. I think anytime you approach something with everything is supposed to be perfect, something is going to go wrong. And then you're going to be profoundly disappointed. So it's better to approach things with, this is probably going to be okay, hopefully really good, but some things will go wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, the more we listen, the thing I've learned in life and have worked on plenty through therapy is the more that we try to control something, the more chaotic it gets and gets farther away from what we actually are trying to make it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Totally.
Had it or hit it, stupid questions.
Oh, I'm on the fence on this one because sometimes I have to ask stupid questions.
I do
Right.
too.
Do a dramatic reading from his book.
So I saw this and it was so good that I have to bring it up to you.
We've been reading your book. So do a dramatic reading from his book.
I mean, this was the best answer I've ever seen in my life. So the question to you was, my man still hasn't left his wife. What should I do? Your answer, girl, read that question back to yourself.
Girl, read the question back. Like
I was busting out laughing. I mean, that is funny. I mean, you do go on to explain better, but I mean, I'm just like, enough said, mic drop.
Like, baby, what are you doing? What are you doing trying to, like, I've listened, and I've also talked about in the book, I did date a married man and made that mistake. But like, how are we sitting here being like, this man is already in a relationship and I'm going to wait on them to get out of it, then to date me. And then I have the audacity to think to myself, oh, this man ain't going to cheat on me. What the fuck is going on up here?
Okay. I have so many questions about this affair that you had. Okay.
Was
the man married to a man or a woman?
A man.
Okay.
So he was married to a man and then you were the mistress.
Yeah, it's a little complicated in the gay world because they were open, so that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was long distance. It was like a decade ago. Also, like they were open, long distance, and so we were just hooking up. But then feelings evolved through that.
Right.
And that's what always happens with these kind of situations. Pumps recently had an affair with a married man.
I didn't know he was married. He was.
Congratulations.
She didn't know he was married. He was lying to her about it. And then he pops up on Facebook with a ring on. And so she confronts him about it. And he says to her, I've been divorced for 10 years. Like I told you, I just wear the ring at work so that it doesn't upset my coworkers.
Sir, don't you dare.
It was bad.
You dare.
Needless to say, that ended right then.
Yes.
Thank God. And thanks for being smart
enough. And it was long distance, which I think makes it easier to cheat.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Which I'm better at dating long distance though, because it's like a once a monther is plenty.
Oh, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that.
Too much effort, like every night to go out and look
cute.
I'm
needy. I want my person next to me all the damn time. So.
I think that's kind of sweet.
That is sweet.
I go through phases. I've been with my husband for 22 years. So sometimes I want to spend a lot of time with him and I enjoy it so much. And then sometimes he bugs the ever living shit out of me and drives me crazy and I can't get far enough away from him. And it vacillates back and forth.
I mean, we've only been together for 5 years and we took a 6-month hiatus. So like, talk to me, and I guess in another 5 or 10, and then maybe I can relate a little bit more.
Exactly. Okay.
But we'll see if one of us is in jail. We'll see.
All right. Had it or hit it, marrying for money.
Wait, hit it. Hit it. I also said this in my book too.
Yes, we know.
Then you curated these questions quite well for me to plug my book, XOXO Cody, An Opinionated Homosexual's Guide to Self-Love, Relationships, and Tactful Pettiness, out September 12th. So I'm going to say hit it, but just like fucking own it. Like if you're going to be with someone busted and rich, just own it. Don't try to give me like, oh, I love my man so much, or I love my wife so much. Like if you're with them, use the fucking money, do the deed that you need to do, and keep it pumping, baby. Don't lie to us and tell me it's some beautiful romance. Like, honey, you're waiting for his ass to drop dead and you didn't sign a prenup and you're ready to be a multimillionaire. Thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? People that marry for money, I mean, they have to earn it. I mean, there's a lot of work that has to go into that.
If you marry for money, you earn every penny.
I was in Italy recently, and this woman walks and kind of sits down close to me where I was sitting. And she's probably like late 20s, like totally influenced out. I mean, she looked like an Instagram photo. And she sits down and she's kind of, giving everybody the stink eye, sizing everybody up around her. And I'm totally locked in on her because I'm kind of fascinated by the whole thing. And then everybody's kind of staring at her because she's such a knockout. And then this guy walks in, and he's probably about 5'6"-ish, no disrespect to short people, but he's probably about 5'6"-ish. She's about probably 5'9", 5'10". He comes over, leans down, gives her a kiss, and then her face afterwards was this eye roll. And I mean, just this exhale, and you could tell she was utterly disgusted. Oh, you know what? It wasn't Italy. It was in New York. Yeah. Right when we got back from Italy. And I looked at Pumps and I said, she has to go fuck him tonight. And she doesn't want to. Ooh. He is taking her up to that room, and she's got to fuck him, and she does not want to.
You left out that he was at least 30 years older.
Oh, yeah. Oh. But you could just see it all over her face. I mean, she just knew the deed and the task ahead of her.
She was not happy about it.
She did not want to do it. And I watched the whole thing go down.
No, that's somewhat of a strong woman. I just couldn't do it. I've had plenty of instances where I've gotten into sexual situations, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. And like finishing it, you're like, get me out of here. So to do that on a regular basis, just to have a Birkin bag, I mean, listen, that's work.
It's work. It is hard work.
It is hard.
That is hard work.
Okay, Cody, maybe you can tell us. So these men that are 40 years older than their knockout spouses that have a lot of money, does it ever click in their brain like, she's marrying me not because I'm so great and she's crazy about me, because I'm rich? Or is that just like baked into the equation? They don't give a shit.
I want to kind of go deep into it. I just feel that most, and I'll even say some gay men, but straight men are actually just like super misogynistic and don't want to deal with women. They don't want to deal with women. They just want to have sex with women. So they don't actually see them as a person. They just see them as something to fuck. So I don't think they really care. They're just happy they're getting laid and have something pretty that they can show around,
I also think for a lot of straight men, like their ego, their wallet, their appearance, they cannot distinguish between any of them. So would they look in the mirror and they see Brad Pitt looking back at them? Like it's delusions of grandeur, because their wallet is so successful. So, I mean, they really think, oh yeah, she loves to fuck me. I think they think that. I really do. I think that guy who came down, I mean, he thought he was the cat strutting. That ate the canary. Yeah, I mean, he was strutting and he was marching her up to do her work.
I think it also goes into like a power trip thing where I'm like, if I'm like having sex with someone, or even just like flirting with someone, and it's not being reciprocated, I'm turned off. Like I want them to be excited also, not like me forcing the situation. Like I don't, that doesn't compute to me.
Right.
Agreed.
Okay. Had it or hit it, kitten heels.
Had it. What are we doing with 1 inch heel? What are we doing? Just wear a flat. Can we wear a flat? Can we wear a wedge? What is that doing? What is it doing? What is that doing to you? Do you feel sexy in a kitten heel? Do you feel like a boss ass bitch pumping these streets in a 1 inch kitten heel? What?
I'm going to defend kitten heels for a second.
Oh,
I know, Cody. I know.
Tell me.
So as you get older, and I'm much younger than Pumps for the permanent record, my feet from years of being a woman is hard, and wearing these heels. I used to go to gay bars with all my gay friends in the early 90s, mid 90s, and I danced in full-blown stilettos, closed the bar down, had my scissors out, cutting rugs, loved every fucking minute of it, Cody.
Okay.
My feet hurt when I put on heels now. And recently I was at Prada and I found a cute, sexy, sassy little kitten heel. Wore them to work the other day. I felt hot. They were stylish. And so I'm just saying, don't be a hater on the kitten heel for women. I mean, I'm not that old, but especially for, women that are Pumps' age.
Okay. But couldn't you find a cute flat or a cute sneaker or a cute wedge?
I'm going to send you a picture.
A boot?
I'm going to text you a picture of how cute I look. All right. He's had it. I'm hitting him.
Okay. Well,
permanent record. That goes in the permanent record. We agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Okay. Had it or hit it, hose.
Oh, hose?
Yeah.
Hit it, baby. I am a hoe and will forever be a hoe. So the whole lifestyle, it just doesn't quit. And we need to stop. We need to embrace our sexuality. We need to embrace sexual liberation. We need to stop shaming people for wanting what they want, sleeping with who they want, for however many sexual partners they had. Like, this life is too short. Go out there and get some dick, okay?
I completely agree with you. The puritanism that is baked into the sexual shaming in this country, I'm over it. I've had it. Long live the hose.
Long live the hose.
As long as it's with consensual adults, do whatever you want, okay?
Agreed.
Live your life, whatever you're into.
Agree. Had it or hit it, drag queens.
Hit it, baby.
Love
I am
'em.
nothing without drag queens. I'm obsessed.
Same.
I just saw a clip from your show where you're like, your ratings go up when you have drag queens on your show.
It is a Pablo Escobar cocaine bump of
That's right. That was the quote.
degree. We had on Delta Work and Trixie Mattel, and I'm telling you, the numbers are astronomical. So I propose to the anti-drag queen movement. Why do you hate economic growth? Why?
Thank you.
I thought y'all were pro-economy.
About the economy? Come on.
I thought you were pro-economy. These drag queens, these bitches make it rain, and they are wildly fun. They have the kind of humor that I love, that kind of cynical, smart humor, and I love that shit. Love drag queens. Hit them all day. Okay, your final, had it or hit it, placing third in a contest.
Wow, read me, bitch. Read me. Oh, excuse me. Okay, as second runner-up of Dancing with the Stars, I say hit it, okay?
That's right.
And for your knowledge, no one made extra money. Everyone made the same. So placing third was fine by me.
Oh, that's good to know. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's really cool, though. I mean, that's working your fucking ass off, man.
Yes.
It was a lot of work. Dancing with the Stars was a lot of work. I didn't even think I'd get to the finale. And once I got there, I was just like, can this be over? I want to be done. Go. Let me cha-cha one more time and I want to go home.
Cody, we absolutely love you and we enjoyed your book. We received 2 advanced copies. Listener, it is XOXO Cody. If you love him on this podcast, this book is just full of little shit like we throw out on our podcast. Pumps and I have been in stitches for the last 2 days reading it.
It's a laugh out loud reader.
It is so good. And I love that you do something so positive. I'm a before you came on, we were talking about anxiety. And I think one of the best ways to treat anxiety is through exercise. At least for me personally, like when I feel anxious, if I haven't exercised, that anxiety is exacerbated. So I'm so happy that you do something that touches so many people's lives that makes them healthier and happier and less cranky like Pumps and me. So it's just been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that beautiful review of the book. And thank you so much for having me. I love sitting down with anybody I can shoot the shit and kiki with. So thank you so much.
Great to have you.
Thank you. Bye, Cody.
Bye, Cody.
Thank you. Bye, Booze.
It's easy to see why people love him.
Totally. And you know what? I think it would be really fun to be an exercise instructor.
Right, because you're doing what you love to do. You're pumping people up. You can see change in people's lives. Like, it'd be a pretty cool job.
That, and I would just love to be shouting out like right before the beat drops, 5, 6, 7, 8, now go. And like screaming at him. And then, waiting for the beat to go back up again and go, and 5, 6, 7, 8. I do that all the time when the kids are in the car with me, and I'm always listening to kind of like upbeat techno music. And right before the beat drops, I throw out the 5, 6, 7, 8.
Give them the old countdown.
And I look over at them, and they're just completely numb to it.
Horrified.
No, they're not horrified. They're completely numb to it. They don't even think anything of it. They don't think I'm entertaining. They don't think I'm cool. It's just like, that's just what Mom does. She dances in the car and shouts 5, 6, 7, 8 and does jazz hands.
Yeah, he would be my favorite instructor too.
Totally.
He's too fun.
Well, listener, please go to the link in our social bio and figure out if the Hot Shit Tour is going to be at a city near you. Here's how it's going to go down. So we are releasing shows for every month because this is just kind of dipping our toes into it.
Right.
Seeing a few people will buy tickets and come. So far, so good. So we'll be announcing each few weeks new cities that we will add to the Hot Shit Tour. Go to Apple and give us 5 stars and write a review. That's like the number one thing we're obsessed with right now. Right, Pumps?
Absolutely.
And then tell them, Pumps.
We will see you next Tuesday or Thursday or both.
Bye.
I'll tell you what I've had it with.